Hello everyone, welcome back to All the Mods 9 Reloaded. Which is Season 2, by the way. Everyone seems to think that Reloaded is like a different pack, but tis not, don't worry. I'm not playing a pack that you guys don't have access to. I'm playing regular All the Mods 9 on a server with a bunch of people. So, presents time. I should have done this the other day, but I forgot about presents. So, okay, a few of these have already been opened. That one's addressed to... How the heck do you say that? Ooh, hello. Who's this from? Does it not say? I swear it should say, shouldn't it? It should say who it's from. Vibranium. Vibranium's always real pain in the bum to get. That one, that JM3 obviously gave me a creeper spawn egg. Excellent. What's this one over here? From Minty. Oh, thank you, Minty. Okay. Merry Christmas from Missing. Scavenger, I know exactly why I've got this book, and that is because I could not for the life of me get this book in Aeropolis. I was looking for it for the longest amount of time. So, and Missing was really, really good with Aeropolis. Oh, thank you, Minty. Minty's given me all the presents. Very nice of you. That's for Josh. Another one from Minty. Jeez, Minty, spoiling me. I think we're coming to the end of the prezzies right here. Oh no, there we go. Purple flag from Sativa, of course. Brilliant. So, I did give a bunch of prezzies to people, but I think they've taken them with them, which is fine. Makes sense. I should really go give Minty some prezzies as well. I thought I did put some for Minty. Anyway, a couple of prezzies down there for us. Let's go over to P plus T, all the way over here. So, I did get a comment from someone asking us to explain all of this. I did explain it in a portion of the video that I cut because I just took too long. So if you would like to see me explain all of this, I will just quickly explain this bit here. So originally, the patterns for this by the way only works for the ones that take redstone and silicon. So you can see right here, I'm automatically putting the redstone and the printed silicon in all of these right here, all of these inscriber presses. Yeah, I'm doing that via integrated dynamics. The integrated dynamics is really flipping good for like item transfer. Like the ticks usage, I think is even better than AE. So I talk about AE all the time, how it's like really good for servers. It is good for servers unless you do what we do with it, which is like make it stupidly laggy by using it everywhere, I suppose. Integrated dynamics is really, really good. It's just super good item transfer. Anyway, right here what I'm doing is, if I break this one right there, I've got a export bus going into a drawer, and in the drawer I put a downgrade, meaning that it will only keep 64 in stock. That's the lowest it can go, I think. Can you put more than one downgrade in? I should try that. Let's go make a downgrade. Downgrade's super easy to make. Downgrade, one of these. Okay, I need a drawer. Drawer. Let's do this recipe because it's cheaper. Downgrade. There we go. Can you put another one in? I wonder what it would do if we try to put another one in. Okay, it just keeps 64 in there. So if you put one in or you put like multiple in, it's only 64. By the way, our power situation is better now because we disconnected a bunch of stuff that was like drawing loads of power, mainly stuff in the AE2 network. So anyway, over here, I've got printed silicon being exported into the drawer that we've got here, and then that is being pulled out and put into all of these inscribers. Now, if I were to tick this, it would put 64 printed silicon and 64 redstone in each of the slot. But because Mr. T had gone round and he's put like this right here, which is just one. You're only allowed one in there at a time. It means that we don't have to have like a ton of redstone and printed silicon in stock in all of these. We only have to have one for each of the different inscriber jobs. These are the extended inscribers, so they can have 4 things at once, which is pretty good. But we're basically doing 4 of the same thing at the same time. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, these right here, by the way, the redstone at the bottom is the same, where it's got like the export bus on there. These right here, they've got the logic cables with the import all items on one of those import buses, or whatever you call it, the import, let's have a look at integrate, there we go, item importer. So that's importing into the cables, and then under here, oh yeah, I've got the ability to hover without actually moving now, so that's good. Over here, you can see we've got an output, or whatever you call it. What's it called? Exporter. So that's exporting out of the cable into the provider right there. So anything that happens with this, I'm going to go back out here. It's still really hard to like control the jetpack. It's too quick. I do know that you can. Where's all my white concrete? I swear I had a bunch. Anyway, I do know that you can like change the throttle and stuff, but I can't be asked to change the throttle every time I want to do like a hover, so I never do. I will try and get myself an angel ring at some point. Anyway, what I was explaining, this bit here. Basically, all this does is keep these in stock with printed silicon and redstone. And then over here, in the pattern provider, all this is you give it a processor, and it turns it, or sorry, a circuit, and it turns it into a processor. So if you give this a printed engineering processor, it will also be pulled out. Right there, you can see it. It'll be pulled out of the ingredient buffer. And the ingredient buffer, by the way, is just a chest, basically. It's just an item buffer chest right here. The ingredient buffer gets all of the circuits. They get pulled out, put into these. These have already got the printed silicon and the redstone. So when the thing goes in there, like the engineering circuit, for example, it will give us a engineering processor. And then because of the export that we've got right there, the export will then just export the processor into, so from here, it will export it into the pattern provider, again, return inventory. So I actually did all of this. I know Mr. T set everything else up, but I did like adding all of the, oh, I didn't mean to do that, all of the silicon. I should probably go put a crafting upgrade. Actually, do we have any crafting? Crafting. We don't have any crafting upgrades. Okay. Upgrade. I'm going to make one of these real quick. In fact, I only need one because the other one is redstone. So, yeah, I need to put that in this one right here. There we go. I also didn't bother putting any like acceleration cards in these because unless we're making thousands, absolute thousands of these types of processors, it's not going to really do anything. I will just point out that the way that I'm doing this is probably not the way that people want to do it, because there's that other processor, or whatever processor. There's this processor, and that one requires fluix dust instead of redstone. So obviously these are full of redstone, meaning that it won't work for the accumulation processor. So I will at some point set up another tower. I might actually swap this one over here, from printed silicon, or at least make another tower of silicon, or not silicon, another tower of inscriber presses somewhere, maybe in the middle, like right here, or right in the middle, right here. That would be good. And what the one in the middle will do is just do the accumulation processor, and it will be the exact same as this, where it's fill up of the printed silicon, but it's also, instead of redstone, it's full up of fluix dust. I hope that makes sense. I feel like I just waffled for like a long time right there. So if that doesn't make sense, then just chuck us a comment asking some questions. I feel like I should be able to answer your questions there. Anyway, so we got the prezzies done today. Thank you for everyone that gave me some gifts. I know there was a few gifts like over here as well, which someone mistakes were made. This was when I accidentally killed everybody on the server. This was just before Christmas, to be fair. And it was just after I screwed my neck up, which, by the way, feels a lot better today. So I can actually move my neck relatively easily now. But as you can see, I teleported everything to us on the server, and then I killed everything on the server. Mad Dog giving everybody flags so they can put their own massacre picture up. Wait, you can put on both sides of a sign now? That's a 1.20.1 thing, right? I vaguely remember that was a thing. Anyway, yeah, there's a prezzy over here as well that someone has kindly made me right here. Block of gold as well. We can actually do a gold. There's loads of bees over here. And the reason there's loads of bees is because these have been in the darkness for quite a while. You know, when it goes dark, funny enough, these oak beehives, so advanced oak beehives, they spawn either skeletal bees or the zombie, as it were, one of these things. So they do cause quite a bit of lag, bees just being about in the server. So I did give people permission when they're, you know, over at our base. I gave people permission to come over here and just kill all the bees. Or, I know a few people really needed the skeletal bee. Yesterday someone was asking, has anyone got a skeletal bee I can have? And I was like, there's loads by our base. So they came over and grabbed a few. I've got a hankering, and there's a penguin there. That's amazing. I got a hankering for some bees today, so I might do some bees. I was going to do more with power. Not power the mod, but like try and get us more power. But since we've disconnected the thing that was like draining all of our power, like my jetpack is fully charged all the time. My my free runners are always fully charged as well. Like, I don't know if I want to do anything with power now. We've got transportation up and running. God, looking at this, just a proper frame drop, done it? Look, 15. Over here is like 30. Oh, before I get on with doing some bees, and I might do some stuff with villagers as well, just because I said I wanted to do loads of stuff with villagers. I did these 3 and then forgot about them. But yeah, I wanted to show, just over here, we've set something up. Now, over here is the Community Star project. So if I fly over to this thing over here, this is a share stone, I think. So, I don't know what share stones do. Is it just that you can communist hovel? Why? Brilliant. By the way, I know this is off topic again, but look at Frost's Howl's Moving Castle. It looks insane. This is just insane. So Frost did say that they oh, I love Howl's Moving Castle. It's such a good film. Anyway, Christian Bale at his best. He does the voice acting for the English dub for Howl. Anyway, yeah, Frost said that they spent ages in creative making this, and obviously, if you've got a schematic cannon, you can just like copy the schematic and then like paste it in, basically. I don't know if you could do it with copy paste gadgets now. I've been kind of scared to use copy paste ever since it corrupted my world. No, it corrupted my player data on a previous season. So I've been a little bit hesitant to use that. Anyway, Community Star Project. What was the other one on there? Takes a little while to load in. Ore generation. Interesting. Ooh, is this... Oh, I know what people are doing here. Wait, where's the... Yeah, there we go. There's the pickaxe right there. Right, we were just in the Beyond, and it's a little bugged on the server right now, because it's super laggy over there for some reason. So, when I went over there, I kind of, like, dropped the TPS on the server by a lot. But, anyway, I did want to show off the setup that was over there, right? So, oh, okay, there's some over here as well, nice. This right here is what we call a Boon of Earth ore farm, or ore generation, however you want to say it. So, what this does over here is it uses Boon. I'll tell you what, I'm going to take this out. I cheated all of this in, by the way, so I'm going to delete it afterwards, but for now, I just want to show it off. This is how they were doing it in the Beyonds that we just saw, right? So we've got like a drawer which has some stone in it. If you didn't know, Boon of Earth. Ores may be found when mining stone. So when you're mining some stone, just like this, it will sometimes give you a random ore. So you can think about this as if like, okay, what if I just stood here for ages mining one piece of stone and having another piece of stone like placed down afterwards and so on, right? Well, yeah, you get a ton of ore. That's how it works. We did this on the original server, didn't we? So I did it slightly differently. Loads of people have started using integrated dynamics. I think it's easier on like lag. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why people are doing this, because integrated dynamics, by the looks of it, is a lot more expensive to set up. So I'll show you what's going on. I'll tell you what, I'll do this first. So show you the setup. So we've got a drawer full of stone. We've got this, I think it's called like a world block placer or block exporter. At integrated, there it is. World block exporter, I got it right, nice. And in here, we're just placing any block. Variable card, if you place it in, place all item blocks. It will just place anything on the network. Anything that it's got access to, it will try and place right here, if it can be placed, right? So if we had, I don't know, cake, for example. If we had a cake in here, it would try and place it down in the world. So, yeah. So that's all that this does. It also picks up any stone that it gets because of the advanced item collector. Over here, though, this is the interesting part. We've got a player simulator. And I originally thought everybody was using the click item, and then you put in the specific item and stuff. But it looks like you could do it even easier than that, which is you just put click yes. Just do a click. Now, I set this up and I was like, I'm well confused how people are doing this. And then I realized if you click the plus icon right there, you can go over to this. So by default, the player simulator is set to right click whatever it's got in its hand. So it can just be like right click. I'm right clicking on this thing right now with whatever items I've got in the inventory. So if I put this pickaxe back in like this, it's actually using that pickaxe to right click on this piece of stone. So obviously that's not going to do anything, but if we go back in here and we go to right click and we turn that off, it's going to do a left click instead, and it will start mining using the pickaxe. So what this is doing is basically mining the stone, and because if I take this back out, this has got Boon of Earth and auto smelt. When you mine some stone normally, let me use my crimson, right? You get cobblestone, right? But if you mine it with auto smelt, you get stone. So it's a closed loop system right here. So what this is doing is basically, this is mining the stone, turning the cobblestone that is produced into stone, dropping that into the world, and then this is picking up the stone and placing it back down. So technically we could literally only have one stone, and this would be mining it up forever. Turning it into stone, placing it back down, turning it into stone, placing it back down. And in the meantime, because Boon of Earth's on there, it's mining stone, meaning that you get a load of ores. Now, I'm going to quickly go into cheat mode again, and I'll show you the version that I had previously.
Right, here we go. Again, you don't need a netherite pickaxe for this. You could use a iron pickaxe. As long as you've got Boon of Earth, which is quite hard to get, to be fair, and auto smelt, which I don't think is that hard to get. You can do this and this. So that is using a blank module and a pickaxe. I think it has to be a vanilla pickaxe. I've not... yeah, I was going to say I've not tried it with like any other pickaxe, basically. But what this gives you is it gives you auto smelt and Boon of Earth on a breaker module. So that's what I've got right here, and I'm going to put that in like this. And oh, actually, I think I need to set this to say break right in front of you. And yeah, it doesn't matter what the filter is. I've got a sender module from modular routers right here, and that's sending to the other modular right there. And this has got a placer, and this is just going to place in front of it, right? So if I put this cobble in, that is mined up over here, and okay, it's already started going and making us some ores. That's insane. But this one is, I don't know why people are using this one over here. I think it might be because it's like lag or less lag, right? So if I take, I don't know, like 3 or 4 of these, we just stick them all in here. That means that this will place down, this will break, this will send. And the other thing that you can do, this is going to cause a bit of lag on the server, but I will try and make it so, well, I'll disable this afterwards, right? So if I stick those in like that, you see that it breaks it and it sends it really, really quickly. And then I can put this down. You can see how quick this is. It's like... And again, this has got auto smelt Boon of Earth. This is just sending the stone over to this one, right? And that's all it's doing right here. And we're getting like random ores out of it. It does look like vanilla-y ores though, like kind of vanilla ores, right? So previously you would get like Greg Tech ores and stuff like that. But it looks like they disabled it, which is fair enough in my opinion. Like these are all just regular ores, aren't they? But this is one way you could do it. You could literally set up this to just like generate you a bunch of different ores. Another thing you can do is if you have another advanced item collector and you put that on a, I don't know, a big chest or something, and you just blacklist stone, it won't pick up any of the stone. In fact, in this situation right here, it won't pick the stone up anyway because the modular router, I'm just going to take, oh, I'm going to turn this one off. There we go. In this case, the modular router, when it mines the stone, it like actually brings the stone into the buffer. So it doesn't put the stone out into the world. So that's why I think this one here is a little bit like, how is this less laggy? I think it might be to do with the player, what's it called? The player simulator. Anyway, I'm just trying to like figure out in my head why people aren't using modular routers and why people are using this. It might be to do with the fact that this one here, if we put this one back in, I should probably try and put some efficiency on this as well to see if that speeds this up. Because it does seem quite slow in comparison to, you know, the speed upgrades on this, right? Oh, we just got diamond from that one. That's pretty good. But I think it might be the fact that in this situation, you only need 1 Boon of Earth and 1 auto smelt. Like book. You only need 1 book for it. Whereas in this one, for every modular router that you want to have like a breaker module in, you need like the book or you need a pickaxe with that on there. And the pickaxe gets consumed. So it can only mine in this one area. That's probably why, right? What I was going to say is you could use like a cable and go up and add more of these player simulators. And you can do the same on this side with the world thing, whatever it's called. Give me this back, thank you. What is this called? I'm really bad with the names of these. World Block Exporter. There you go. So yeah, I just wanted to show these off. These are 2 really good ways of getting resources. We are going to come on to the resource collection section of the LP at some point. I still have a few like bits of transport that I want to do. This is kind of laggy, I must admit. Like not like laggy as in for the server, but for TPS. A couple of people like Maticon and somebody else popped over earlier today, and they were like, "My goodness, my frames have dropped." Also, when we're talking about Maticon, Maticon's built over here. Look at this. You'll remember Maticon from the ATM 8 server, where they built the Burj Al Arab. You know, the big like building thing. I was like, I saw that in the distance when I was like flying over here for some reason, and I was like, that's got to be Maticon, right? And I went over there, and it is Maticon. Anyway, I wanted to just show this off because we are going to get into resource generation at some point. We might do this, although saying that, this is super laggy. I think we are going to stick to bees, and we're trying. I'm going to try and convince Mr. T to not do any mystical this time round, because mystical is just the way that every other YouTuber right now is gonna be going, because the phytogenic insulators are out. I do just want to say the phyto recipe that we put in place, we put this in place, right? So because we don't want people just spamming phytogenic insulators with the stupid upgrades that go in there and just making all of the mystical seeds and then having a chunk with like 5 stacks of 64 phytogenics in there, because that's boring. And people did that in all the mods 8, and we had to regenerate like a ton of chunks because people were just going mental with phytos. So that's the reason I personally, I think this is one of the things that I was like, as soon as phytos come back out, I'm going to nerf them. It's not Thermal Expansion's fault though, in my opinion. I think it's just like the interactions between Mystical Agriculture and Thermal Expansion. It's just, it turns into a meta, and I don't want it to be the meta, so that's why we changed those. I feel like I have to reiterate this every time that I show this off. So we put this in place, we've changed the recipe on the server. Normally this will just be a normal recipe. Right here would be the, what's it called? The flux thingy. If I do this thing, the redstone flux coil. Normally, so in your setup on your single player, this is probably the way you want to go for resource generation, is just make all the seeds, make all the phytos, and then, you know, that's it. And it's so boring, so I'm so glad that we changed it on the server. Anyway, right, so I need to destroy all of this, because this is not something that we set up ourselves. You know, we didn't get any of these things. I might end up setting up the modular routers version of this at some point, because I feel like this is less laggy, although the modular router itself does cause a bit of lag. But it doesn't throw stuff out into the world, so there is that. But anyway, we might set one of these up. Just the one, I think. We might limit ourselves to just using one of these. And it won't bring in too many resources, I don't think. Anyway, I do want to get onto bees. I think we might have to do bees next episode now. And I hate that it's raining. Where's my teru teru? Have we got any sunflowers? We do not have any sunflowers. Any good way of getting sunflowers? Oh, we could do Botania, I suppose. That is so cool. Applied botanics. So good. Oh, cool. Someone has... Either it's stopped or someone has used a teru right there. Teru can turn the rain off, by the way, if you didn't know. Teru is over here. Unless we moved it. There he is. Hello. It's got a smile when it's sunny, and a frown when it's raining. And you can feed it sunflowers to make it stop raining. Super handy. It's a Botania thing, so yeah, just keep that in mind. So I need to get rid of all of this stuff, so let me do that one sec. Right, there we go. I've deleted everything right there, and I've deleted everything from my inventory for that. Breaker module, really useful, and so is the player simulator and all of that. We've got a hopper here, by the way, because a few people earlier wanted to pop over and get some smithing templates, some of these. We got these, I think, from Mad Dog, who is one of our new admins on the server, so welcome, Mad Dog. But yeah, Mad Dog went and found one of these. I do have a guide if you do want to find all of the different smithing templates. We still haven't gone to the other yet to get the unobtainium one, but I think at this point it'll be proper difficult for us to get any like templates and stuff on the server because the server's already been running for quite a while. So they're probably already gone. So we might have to trade with other players for the smithing templates. Or you just nick it off of Mad Dog because Mad Dog's already done all of it. So that's what we've done here. Anyway, someone wanted to pop over and grab a smithing template. And I was like, okay, if you bring some netherite ingots and lob them into this hopper right here, I can take them and I can go over here and like make some more of these smithing templates and hand them over to them, right? So Mattycon came and did it, and I forget the other person that came and did it. My apologies. Let me have a look. One sec. It was Dawn Dish Soap. There you go. Sorry, my bad. I swear I had your name written down somewhere, but anyway. So they both popped over. They lobbed stuff into this. You can't access this. Like, no one else can access this except for me and Mr. T because of our claims. So, next episode, I think we're going to finally get into some bees. And for that, these bees are annoying. Can I make regular beehives with, like, the combs that we've got in here? It doesn't say you can use these combs for anything, really, other than getting rotten flesh, which we don't really need. And why have we not got any skeletal? What do skeletal bees need? Skeletal bees. Pollinating. So they need bone block. We could go get a bone block and put that down. You know what? I'm going to do that right now. There we go. I just slapped a bone block down. These skeletal bees might come towards that bone block. Anyway, the plan is, for next episode, I want to get the bees up and running, and we're going to instantly go for some simulation upgrades. So, simulation upgrade, that is this bad boy. So yeah, simulation upgrades, that's where we're going to head. We might want to look into getting the Heart of the Sea, which does involve a bit mystical. Everything else seems a bit far-fetched, in my opinion. Like, we're not going to go kill the possessed Ender Guardian, do all of the stuff from occultism. We're not going to get antimatter set up straight away and convert nether stars into Heart of the Seas, are we? So this is the easiest one. Nautilus shells again. Probably could set up a beach creeper, and there's like a 0.5% chance of getting a Nautilus shell out of them. I'm not sure. Anyway, we'll figure some out. Because eventually we do want to get to the productivity omega upgrades, which are Heart of the Seas. We need 4 Heart of the Seas per one of these. Anyway, that's where I'm going to call it for today's episode. Any questions about anything? I am going to have a little YouTube short about Boon of Earth and the little farms that we got. So, other than that, let's call it there. So, thank you for watching, thanks for joining, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.